So do you believe in magic? Yes. I would say it's a ridiculous question to ask a room full of adults, but 200 years ago, most of you would have, and I would have probably been burned at the stake. So I'm pretty grateful about all this change, to be honest, because I am what you call a mentalist. I see some of you look a bit terrified here. You don't seem to care. But look, don't worry, I'm not going to reveal anyone's secrets today. And I know some of you are probably wondering, what is a mentalist? So I'm sort of a magician. And while I'm a magician and mentalist, there's not a huge distinction between our methods. A magician will make things like do visual illusions, they make things appear, change, or disappear, or maybe a little bit of flying. A mentalist will do more psychological illusions, where they'll make it seem like they can read your mind. You look terrified now. They'll make it seem like they can read your body language and know all your secrets. Or they will make it look like they've got psychic powers. Except I'm what you call an honest mentalist. As you've heard, I cannot read minds. I do not have any psychic powers. I actually don't believe in psychics. So essentially, today, I'm going to demonstrate how your beliefs influence your perceptions. How what we see is what we believe. And I want to start by breaking one of the rules in magic. Now, I'm not going to tell you how it's done. You can see if you're getting excited. I'm actually just going to tell you what's going to happen next. So I'm going to engage everyone's imaginations, and then an object is going to transform in front of your very eyes, and then I'm going to read one of your minds. But remember, I cannot read your mind, no matter how real it looks. And at the end of all of this, I promise that I'll make you question everything. You ready? So we're going to start. I want you all to take your left hand up in the air for me and imagine that you're holding an apple. You have to play along, or I'll pick on you. So hold it up in the air, and in your right hand, I want you to imagine that you take a knife like this. And I want you to cut down into the apple and see the juices dripping down your hand. And now taste them. I'm so glad you did that. It's a bit weird. But I want you to raise your hand when you did that, your mouth began to salivate. Or there's a few of you, or you could taste the sweetness. Amazing. So you have incredible imaginations. But now I want you to imagine, keep your hands up. You're getting too excited. I want you to imagine that the apple transforms into a different object. Now, some of you, this can be any object. Some of you already have an object in mind. Just visualize it happening. I'm going to make this change in front of you. Actually, put your hands down. I'll have to see. Raise your hand if you already have an object. Okay, some of you already have one. I'm going to pick someone. I'll pick you. You have an object, nice and clearly. Can you shout for me, what object would you like this to turn into? A balloon. Okay. On the count of 3, we're going to make this turn into a balloon. Okay, ready? So 1, 2, 3, balloon. Don't laugh. I can see some of you look a little bit disappointed. But this wasn't really about the apple. Did anyone see the knife? Oh, real magic. And when you were looking at this, did anyone see the apple? What happens if there was no knife? What happens if there was no apple? And the only thing that was real was the moment I read your mind and we had balloon. So thank you. So right now, some of you are just questioning what you just saw, and I can see his mouth open here. You can lift that up. And look, that's a good thing. That's what we want. This wasn't about me tricking you, and I know you're going to be eager to watch that moment back. This was about me giving you that experience of magic, because that experience of magic is like caused by a cognitive dissonance, which is a conflict between two ideas simultaneously. So you have the intellectual belief that magic's not real, or most of us do, versus the emotional belief or the experience of the impossible. And when these two collide, it creates this wonder, excitement, discomfort, some people anger, I like to call this feeling wonderfully uncomfortable. And now none of you are immune to this feeling when what you see seems impossible. And research into this by Dr. Gustav Kuhn at Goldsmith's Magic Lab, yet there's people researching magic nowadays. Basically, they've got a psychic medium, which is someone who can talk to the dead. Subjects watched this psychic medium, and afterwards they were told it was performed by a magician. And despite that fact, despite they were told it was performed by a magician, 65% of them believed what they saw was genuine psychic powers. Now, a similar study has been done where a magician did a performance using pseudo-psychological explanations. So that's basically when he performed, he explained it, he demonstrated the ability to read body language or use verbal influence. And despite the fact that it was also performed by a magician and they were informed that, they believed what they saw was genuine skills. So what does this mean? Well, if you believe in psychics, you will see the psychic performance as validation in your existing beliefs. You will completely disregard the fact it's performed by a magician. Now, some of you are probably skeptics. And if you are a skeptic, you're probably looking for a more logical explanation of how the magician achieved it. But the explanation that the performer is like Sherlock Holmes reading body language and, influencing them verbally is also an illusion. It's part of the lie. At the end of the day, both performances were performed by magicians. It's their job to entertain you, to create a story. Like I myself, I'm a mentalist. I perform psychological illusions. But I probably have just a slightly better understanding of psychology than the average person. A 10-year-old with 25 years of experience can do what I can do. But some of the most alarming findings from this research is that misinformation warnings, they don't really work. Our brains really struggle to see the larger context of things. So if the illusion is strong enough, we will believe regardless. Our brains have this flaw. An evolutionary psychologist would say it's these mental flaws, which are our cognitive biases or mental shortcuts, that enabled us to make really quick decisions. Basically, we didn't have time to work out if it was a lion in the bushes. We had to survive. And magic works because our brains oversimplify this complex world. We see what we expect to see, while blind ourselves to what we don't expect to see. And now, I'm not here trying to change your mind today. I'm not trying to get you to believe in the impossible. I just can't do that. I'm trying to show you how your mind shapes the reality, how what you see is what you believe. So seeing is believing, and believing is seeing. And while magic, creates a wonderfully uncomfortable feeling, seeing is believing can also be dangerous. Australians lost $3.1 billion to scams last year alone. It's a crazy number, and we all get it every single day, I'm sure. In a world full of illusions, where they're fueled by AI, deep fakes, and social media, distinguishing fact from fiction has become increasingly challenging day by day. We can no longer rely on our beliefs and experiences because they just don't guarantee the truth. Now, magic creates a safe space, doesn't it, for me to explore these ideas of deception. Everything about the experience is real, apart from the risk. But I hope after what I've explained today, you realize why I don't actually perform for any friends or family. Because the power of seeing and believing is just way too powerful. I don't want my wife who's in the audience to be washing the dishes and wondering if she's hypnotized. Now, don't get me wrong, my life revolves around deception. But I know how important honesty is. I'm the honest mentalist. But that doesn't mean I go around revealing how I do my secrets. Like none of my family, my wife doesn't know the secrets, because as cheesy as this sounds, I want her to be able to feel the magic. Because that feeling of magic, when it's at its best, is profound. It connects all of you to that childlike wonder. It's like being in a movie, but you're not just a spectator, you're immersed in it. You are a co-star. It can only happen with you. And I want to give you that experience right now. So can everyone sit up straight for me? And take a nice deep breath in and out. So I would like you all to think of a friend or a family member, someone you care a lot about, someone who's alive and well. And some of you will already have someone in mind. I'd like you to raise your hand if you have someone. It's quite a lot, so let me have a little look. Okay, everyone's got someone. I'm gonna go for you, if you mind, behind you. Not you. Yep, if you can stand up for me. Hello, what's your name?
I'm Hillary.
Hillary. Hello, Hillary. Have you got someone in mind? Okay, just to confirm, because I know this is a bit random, people don't know, we don't know each other, and we haven't set anything up. Can everyone give a warm round of applause to Hillary as she comes up on stage? Hillary, you have to go this way. Go this way. There's someone here, Natalie, here to meet you. She will escort you. Everyone saw Natalie earlier on. So while Hillary's making it up to the stage, I'm just going to remind you what I do. So I'm a mentalist. So it's my job to create illusions, to make it look like I can read minds. It blends the line between what's reality and imagination. And one area I've been fascinated in since I was a child is the ability to have psychic powers. Now, as you know, I'm a skeptic, but what you're about to see, I'll perform as a psychic. Oh, Hillary's here. Everyone give another warm round of applause to Hillary. If you could just stand here for me, Hillary. Lovely to meet you. If you just face the front for me and put the microphone in your left hand, and I want you to just hold on to my wrist for me. And I'm going to let you take a nice deep breath in and out, and just relax in and just face the front. Just keep looking at that TV there. So, Hillary, I want you to think of a friend or family member. You've got someone in mind. You haven't gone to someone for obvious, like your mother or sibling or anything like that?
I'll change it.
Oh, no, focus on this, Okay. So no, that's okay. I want you to think of this person, so fixate on it. Okay. I want you to think whether it's a male or female, but try not to give anything away. Okay, so this is it's a female, yes? Is this a female?
Do I answer?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, great. So yeah, this could go terribly wrong. Okay, I want you to think of them, and I'm trying to pick up a memory of this person, so try and think way back. So this person lost the ring recently. Tell them to check the chair in their living room. And there's something to do with some sort of work or some sort of homework. I'm not too sure, it's quite playful. Without saying who this person is, their name, can you just tell me who is this person to you?
A friend.
A friend, okay, that makes sense. I'm gonna try and pick up some information here. So look at me for a sec. I want you to focus on the first letter of their name and imagine sending me it. Keep screaming it over and over again, just the first letter. Okay, open your mouth slightly. Okay, great. I'm gonna go for this. It's okay. Nice and clearly, can you tell everyone what's the first letter of their name?
R.
Ah, okay, we're on the right track. Okay. You look terrified. It's okay. So I want you to focus on the whole name.
Okay.
And imagine sending me that. Okay, keep screaming it over and over again. Jump to a letter in the middle somewhere. Okay, that was 2 letters. What was that, an S or an E? Focus. What letter are you thinking of?
E.
Okay, great. I'm gonna go for this. So nice and clearly, for the first time,
Okay.
can you tell everyone what's the name of the person you're thinking of?
Rosaline.
Rosaline?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I think so.
I wasn't even close. I was bang on. Can everyone give a warm round of applause to Hillary as she makes her way back to the seat? Go that way, Hillary. Thank you so much. I think I was as nervous as she was there. So let's bring this full circle back to the very beginning. When I asked you the question, do you believe in magic? He's still shaking his head. But let's extend this to, do you believe in your own perceptions? Can you trust your beliefs? Because as you've just seen, even those can be quite tricky. And I want you to remember, in a world of illusions, be it magic, media, or life, the most important tool that we all have is our ability to question what we see. And perhaps today, you're not going to leave with more answers, you're more than likely going to leave with more questions. And that's precisely the point. Because it's in the questioning. It's in the childlike wonder. It's in the curiosity. That's where the true magic lies. And I made a promise at the beginning that I would make you question everything that you've seen today. So I have one final moment to make you wonder. Is seeing believing? Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. You can tell who my mum is. Thank you so much, everyone.